guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm gonna be doing a glowy skin summer foundation makeup tutorial. I had so many questions in my vlog from when I went to Texas about what I was wearing on my skin. It looked super glowy, it looked fresh, and it held up very well throughout the day. It wasn't super hot in Texas, but it was humid. But I wanted to show you guys like my go-to, like, hey, I want glowy skin. Give me the glowy skin, what do I wear? I'm also gonna be showing you how I got this lip and why my lips look bigger all of a sudden. I learned some tricks from Glam Tech Steven and Makeup by Samuel on Instagram. They are incredible makeup artists. If you guys aren't following them, you should be following them. Oh my God, they're so good. It's time to get started. I just want you guys to know I'm hanging on to this spray tan by a thread right now, but we're holding on, okay? We're holding on to it for a little bit longer. This is bare skin. The only thing I have a little tiny bit of concealer where I put the eyeshadow, but that's it. This is raw skin. All right, so the first step for my skin prep is the Kiehl's Creamy Eye Treatment with Avocado. This stuff works so great for me. Like I have this area right here is kind of dry. I used to call it my crocodile skin. Sometimes it's dry, sometimes it's not as dry. I use about that much, not a lot. And I smear it. Have you seen the birdcage? You gotta smear. Smear.
Smear. Men smear. Smear, that's it.
If you haven't seen that movie, you need to get into it, okay? I used it under my eyeshadow base before I did my eye makeup. It helps out my eyes so much so they're not really dry looking when I put eyeshadow on them. As you can tell, it's super hydrating. Oh, you guys, I got my first gray hair. I don't know if you can see it. I left it there. I was actually like, oh my God, does this mean it'll be easier for me to go platinum if I leave it? Would it? I don't know. All right, next is to prime the skin. I'm gonna be using the Mercier. This is the Protect Primer, the one that makes your skin really glossy. I'm doing this one because it has SPF in it, although I did just get some new CeraVe that I want to try out, sunscreen. I'm gonna start trying out sunscreens because this is gonna end up being too glossy for me when summertime comes. And then I'm going to take Benefit Professional Primer. This one, I do have larger pores around my nose and this area right here. So I'm just gonna press this into the skin right here. Just fill those bad boys up. Fill them up, fill them up, fill them up. Next step, what I like to do is conceal my under eye area. Really just right here. This is my personal problem area. If I didn't have this right here, I'd be like kind of chilling with my under eyes, you know? Sometimes it gets worse and sometimes it goes away. I don't know what it is. I think it's actually hormonal. This is still the Bye Bye Under Eye. I'm trying to find something new, but this one just covers so well right here. And it also looks really glossy as well. And then I like to do just a tad bit of spot concealing. I'm still using the Sephora Make No Mistake High Coverage Concealer. I just do a little bit on my nose and then any other areas that I want just a little bit of coverage. So the stuff that I'm using for foundation today is a skin tint. So I just cover any areas that I'm like, you know what? I know the level of coverage this stuff has, so I'm just gonna go ahead and give myself a little spot concealing. This is a Morphe Y10 brush. BTW. Okay, next step is something that will take the glow to the next level. This is something that I don't do all the time, but when I wanna be like, hey, I'm here with my glowy ass skin, this is what I'll do. There's a few different types of products you can use. You could use a strobe cream, which by the way, peach light, whoa, amazing, so pretty. Strobe cream for something maybe a little bit more subtle, or if you're using maybe a lighter coverage skin tint, you can use the Marc Jacobs Do You. This is the more gold toned dewdrops, or they have the rose gold one as well. I'm gonna be using this from Charlotte Tilbury. This is the Hollywood Flawless Filter. This is a very interesting product. I've used it by itself actually all over my whole face, and I was pretty impressed with how it looked. But I watched the video on how what the intended use is, and I was like, oh, you're supposed to wear it under foundation. So I'm gonna show you guys what it looks like underneath a skin tint type product. It's just very glowy, very glossy. This is the number 4 medium, which has a really great undertone to it. I'm gonna apply this in areas that I wanna be more glowy. So for summer glowy, it's like I try to eliminate glow in this area, center of my face, because it will glow all on its own. Okay, so I'm gonna put it here, but the color is great, isn't it? Here. All the areas I'm gonna highlight, and then I'm just gonna do a little bit kind of like all over the forehead situation. I like a glowy forehead. Some people don't really like a glowy forehead. So then you can kind of, I mean, you can massage it in however you want. I'm just gonna go ahead and use my hand. So this is gonna give it kind of a lighter coverage look, but do you see how glossy it makes the skin? I'm gonna put a little bit of this on my chin too. Who likes a chin glow? Telling you, it's almost hard to describe this product unless you try it yourself. Because when I first saw it and I swatched it, I was like, it looks kind of silver on my hand. But then I put it on and I was like, anyway, moving on. The foundation that I'm gonna be using today is something that I have been wearing a lot. So the reason I even wanted to film this video is because in my vlog where I went to Texas, so many of you guys asked what I was wearing on my skin, and this is what I was wearing. This is the YSL Touche Éclat All-in-One Glow. I go back and forth between B40, which is a more neutral undertone, and then BD40, which I learned is actually the D means more of a yellow undertone. So you can see here, normally I wear B40, but with my tan I got going on, I go BD40, just a little bit more yellow. The stuff is great. It's really great. If you guys have watched my other videos, you know I love the Lancome Skin Feels Good. This one is less coverage than that one. It's a little bit less coverage. That one's a fuller coverage. This one truly does feel more of like a, I want to say skin tint, but you know, when I went to that Vietnam trip, I bought so many different skin tints and a lot of them did not cut it for me. They were just too light coverage. And because my face is so much more fair than the rest of me most of the time, I need a little bit fuller coverage just to make it work, if that makes sense. This one I really, really love. So I'm gonna show you guys this one today. So this one you can also build up a little bit more. It does have a fragrance to it. It's light. It's like earthy, you know? But I'm gonna pounce, especially on the areas that I have the Charlotte Tilbury underneath, I'm gonna pounce a little bit more. If you're used to a more matte finish foundation, I would not suggest putting something glowy underneath it. Or even your first time using this, it's pretty glowy on its own, but I wanted to go there today. Also, in situations where I'm in either very hot weather, because it does get really hot where I live, like 100-ish degrees, or if I'm traveling to really humid places, I'll do my standard foundation routine on my face, but right on my nose, I'll use the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte. Never fails me. It doesn't break up throughout the day, barely have to blot. I'll do full glow, this foundation on the rest of my face, and then in the center, I'll still do the Pro Matte. Because that stuff is like invincible, okay? I don't know what they put in there. Kind of freaks me out thinking about it. But doesn't this stuff look great? Like, it just makes your skin look super healthy, has a decent coverage. And if you want to do a little additional coverage, you can come back in with just a little bit more. And the cool thing is you really don't need to use a lot of this stuff either, which is another reason why I like it. Only areas I'll really do more coverage is just like right here on the cheeks. I don't really take it too high up because I know I'm gonna put concealer on there anyway. I brought back the Professional because of a makeup artist, Glam Tech Steven. Him and another makeup artist, Makeup by Samuel. I've gotten so many good tips from, especially when you guys see my lips. I know a lot of people, they saw my lips a couple times and they're like, girl, what did you do? It's lip liner. I really actually learned how to do lip liner to make my lips look bigger, and I'm like, oh my gosh. Re-inspired me all over again to want to play with makeup, experiment with makeup. Next, I'm going to conceal. Lately, I've been really enjoying the Laura Mercier Flawless Fusion Concealer. I feel like this YSL stuff gives me just enough coverage without being too heavy. There's some products where I'm just like, it's like you're trying, but you're really not giving me what I want, you know? All right, I'm gonna set my under eyes with the Patrick Star powder from MAC. I couldn't figure out what was burning. Something that definitely smelled like it was burning, and I realized my straightener was sitting on like a cardboard box. I really just focus on setting right here. All right, so I'm just gonna dust this off. Remember when I talked to you guys about the NARS highlights and I was like, this is like a second skin type of glow? This is what I'm gonna use today. This is the color Ibiza. You see, this isn't as bright of a color as I would use for like very top of the cheekbone highlight. This is more like my skin tone kind of shade. So I'm gonna press this into the skin. I'm also gonna go in with another highlight as well. But this one's more of like a bronzy highlight. Kind of where I'd put my bronzer. Oh shit, girl, I got glowy quick. So there is that one. And now I'm gonna do blush, and then I'm gonna go in with a brighter highlight. But I basically use this highlight as a bronzer. Okay, so I'm not blushing. This is one of the Patrick Star blush duos. Just a really pretty, like, corally, bronzy duo situation. Okay, and then I'm gonna come in with this bottom shade, warm it up a little. With this YSL product, the reason why I'm not going in with my blush as normal, because it is a little bit more tacky. I'm used to it, so I know, like, that's why I'm not just going straight in with a lot of blush, because it'll get splotchy quickly if I do that. You can always add powder if you want. I will go in with a little bit of powder once I'm done. But that's one thing to pay attention to. If you don't like that feeling, you're probably not gonna like this because it really does stay tacky throughout most of the day. I don't know, I love the way it looks, so I fucks with it, you know what I'm saying? Next thing I'm gonna do is the Zinger highlight, is what I like to call it. I'm gonna use this shade from Morphe. This is the color Lit. It's kind of more yellowy. I wanna say yellow, it's like an icier yellow. It kind of reminds me of my inner corner color a little bit. So I'm gonna hit delicately the tops right here. Lightly swirling it in. There we go, now you can see it. So we have the all over glow, but the intense highlight color is just on the top of the cheekbone. Sometimes I do intense all the way around, but for some reason when I do more glowy skin, I try to focus the glow on the whole face and then just one area with like the Zinger. I'm going back into Ibiza. I love saying that. I'm gonna tap it on the cheeks. This will bring a little bit of bronzy glowiness into the cheekbones. I don't really want this color on my Cupid's bow or my nose, so I'm gonna pull back a little bit. Pull back. I'm just gonna go with a little fuego. This is like you're trying to get that boomerang at sunset makeup, you know? Let me do my chest plate. I'm gonna use a MAC Strobe Cream in the shade Peach Light. And then with Ibiza. Oh, it looks so good. Like, what? It looks just so natural when it's just that. And then I come in with the Morphe Lit. Just a little. You know, one thing I love is being able to do this without having to use like an oil. Because oils, like, especially if you're not thoughtin' and bopping on the beach in a swimsuit, like it can be just very uncomfortable. Like for me, it's an uncomfortable situation wearing oils. But right now, we're like, oils? For what? I am now gonna do my lips. Why did I say it like that? Okay, for lip liner today, I'm gonna be using the LA Girl Perfect, oh my God, I was gonna say Perfect Precision Lip Liner. Do not sleep on these. These are incredible. Like, they're amazing, amazing lip liners. I was gonna use Max Spice, but I think actually this one will work better. Here we go, we got the lip liner, and I'm gonna be overlining. So this part's what's really different is because normally I'm all about like highlighting Cupid's bow, which I already did, but I'm actually gonna line inside the Cupid's bow. And then fill in the sides. So I'll still go back in and correct because it's like, I don't really know what it looks like until I put the lipstick on. But I'm gonna be using Shayla's Colourpop lipstick because it's such a cute corally color. I was like, oh my God, lavender and coral, how fun. What a notion. What I have been doing, I don't know how to look with this lip combo, but No Shade, our Desi X Katie Dose of Colors collaboration has been my favorite color to pop in the center of the lip to add the extra pout. I think I just always felt like my lip liner had to be the exact same color as the lipstick. I'm so behind on this. All right, so I'm gonna go in with my highlight and just do the Cupid's bow. And you know what you can do if you're really just feeling crazy and you want your Cupid's bow to stand out a little bit more. Take a little bronzer and pop it right here. Damn, I might have gone too far.
Is that possible?
I even said the foundation's really wet, so be careful when you put powder on it, and yet I just went in. All right, and then I'm just gonna top it off with a gloss. This is just a Lancome gloss, number 212. One setting spray that I've really been liking, I swear if it's not here. Oh, here it is, okay. One setting spray I've been liking is this one from Cover FX Illuminating Setting Spray. And I also just got the Dewy Finish setting spray, but I haven't used this yet. So you just hit, boom. I love how fine the spray is on here. Do I look wet? All right, guys, so this is the finished glowing summer skin makeup tutorial. I really wanted to show you guys just my routine that I do when I use a skin tint like this, just because so many of you had questions on it. If you guys have any favorites, let me know. I'm gonna be creeping. So that is it for glowing summer skin. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and thank you so much for watching. Hello. You guys, finally time. How many times did I say time? So, how's Yiki doing? Are you not feeling good?